Hey, everyone.
Welcome back to Book Chat, the Inland Empire's premier destination for people who read. I'm Iliza Shlesinger, and I've written a book called All Things Aside, Absolutely Correct Opinions. I have to click this off. We're here live in my home, and we're doing a live book signing. Hi, you guys. Hi, Neil. Hi, Jordan. I'm going to sit back. I won't be able to read all these, but I can see all the Facebook ones that sign out. Oh, you can. That's what you're here for.
Let me get closer.
Yeah, you might have to. You guys, I have with me today my dog. No, I have with me today my publicist and one of my best friends, Greg Longstreet. I thought, who better to help guide this program than my publicist, who's my friend, but has worked with me since like 2012.
Yes, a long time. 2011, 2012.
He was a part of Girl Lodge. He was a part of this. He's been a part of every Netflix campaign I've done. And we're here. We've got fun questions. People are saying great job on Jeopardy. Thank you, Allison. Hello from Georgia. Yeah, shout out where you're from. And this is a quick shout out to premiercollectibles.com/aside. That's not the name of the company. If you want a signed copy, this is the way to do it. People have been asking me that. I've been ignoring that question because I wasn't sure. But I have a hand cramp from signing hundreds and hundreds, nay, thousands of these book plates. And a couple of you, everybody who gets a signed book gets that. Some people will get a book that's been signed on the book versus the book plate. But it's all my signature. It all goes for up to $5 on eBay. Hello from the Netherlands. Hiya. And Kansas City, Missouri. KCMO. Welcome back to the Mid-City's premier destination for books, reading, and all things learning. I'm
Sponsored by Yamava Casino.
I don't know what that is. I'll be playing at Yamava Casino in a couple weeks. And this is a live virtual event, so this is for the fans that can't, wouldn't, shouldn't, couldn't make it to the events. But, of course, I'm still on the book tour, which is coming to Austin, which is sold out. But you could probably try to walk up. D.C., New York, New Jersey. And so we're here right now. And I'm here to answer your questions.
Well, I feel like, no, we're not doing questions just yet. I feel like I need to take over as host a little bit because you're hosting your own show.
It's sad.
And I'm here to really celebrate you and this amazing book that you've written.
Thank you.
This is all a big ruse. Come on in, everyone.
It's an intervention.
No, I mean, look, this is very exciting. Iliza, you've written now 2 books. We're here to talk about it a little bit. And obviously, eventually we'll get to the fan questions. But really, this is our chance to talk and spend some time because I know we're always working and we never really get into the meat of what you do. So, first of all, you wrote one book. It was great, very well received. How much thought went into planning your second book?
So for all things aside, look, this really came out of I'm someone who likes to be busy. I like to work on projects and I love to create. And I came up with this in the pandemic. I was just like, we have all of this free time and the industry is closed down. Nobody knows what's going on and we had no control. And I was like, well, the one thing I have control over is my productivity. So while I don't have auditions, while I don't have stand-up, while there's nothing physical going on, I'm going to write a second book. And we're in a pandemic, so I'm looking to read books, and I wasn't seeing, this is not to say it's not out there, but I wasn't finding in my limited research on Amazon every night, a book that I wanted to read. There are great books out there, but everything seemed to be about.
There were no good books.
There's no good books out there, except for this one. And I read a lot of books, and everything was kind of about like World War II, a murder, when a woman dies, when her sister goes missing, when a hot girl goes missing from a town. And everything felt so heavy and the world felt so heavy. And then I started reading like personal essay collections and I thought I could do this. So this doesn't have to be a thesis. This doesn't have to be a memoir. This can just be my stand-up in book form. And it can be a little bit more elegant and a little bit more revealing. And so I wrote 2 sample essays, sent it in, and then someone bought it. Abrams bought it. And I was like, now I have to write the rest of it. So it was a nice project to get to come back to because it's a different muscle than stand-up or acting.
Right. And just to actually quickly extrapolate from that answer, because you talked about like what you were thinking about writing and stuff, have you ever toyed with the idea of doing something more of like a nonfiction narrative or fictional narrative?
No, I've never.
Like a YA novel?
No, maybe.
A YA novel.
Maybe. There's like a little bit of everything like inside me. Something I'd like to do, maybe a children's book. Maybe I think fiction writing tends to be in the form of like a screenplay. But I really just feel like as a comic, you could get like a nom de plume and write like a murder mystery or a murder thing. But I just felt like I, at 39, as a mother, as a comic that you guys have liked, I just felt I had some hot takes, some things to say about life as I see it thus far. Some of these are personal, some of these are just my theories, like in the chapter, Everything's a Scam, where I talk about all the bullshit we have to buy into, the lie about having it all and why that's dumb. And I think these are all just really relatable topics. I talk about having a miscarriage. I talk about like the first boy I ever fell in love with, why the idea of trying to be a bad girl when you're not one, all kinds of stuff. So I think boys will like this too. It's a really fun book. And the way that we wrote it is the last thing I'll say. It's called All Things Aside. I'm just going to show this to you. I feel like I'm on QVC. Look at that value. You get up to 2 inches of book length and width. It's called All Things Aside because I've written the book regular. I mean, there are some like fun fonts and stuff like that. But as you can see, we have asides written in. There are no footnotes. And the asides are indented and written in a different font. So it's like the bones of the essay. And then I'll be like, by the way, I think it's bullshit too. And this girl that I went to high school with was a bitch. And that's in there. So it's a great way to like give colored commentary to what I'm writing while not taking you out of it. And that's why it's called All Things Aside.
It's funny, while you're talking about the book cover, why don't you show the star power on the back cover?
Let's get to that, Greg.
Let's get right to that. Because right here, premiercollectibles.com/aside, this is a very special book, which comes, show those names. We got Jimmy Kimmel on there.
Oh, I thought you were joking because that's you, Greg.
Well, no, I was talking about the names on the.
Yes, we got Jimmy Kimmel. I was just on Jimmy Kimmel last night. He's a big fan. And it was really cool that he lent his name to the back cover. Rebecca Serle, New York Times bestselling author, good friend of mine. She wrote One Italian Summer in 5 years. She's written a lot of your favorite YA beach reads. Sharon Stone, didn't know that I took this text from her, but I think she's okay with it. And Ted Sarandos, our Lord and Savior, CEO of Netflix. So.
Like how close you are to that.
I was so close. And then, of course, in the back, we had Greg pose as the photographer, because the question is, if that's the photographer, then who took the picture? Right. And there is a tiny snow peach named Chenier. And Teeny. And this is the rest of this show.
So wait, here's a real question about writing this book. How would you describe your writing style in terms of, are you a very stream of consciousness? Is it consciousness or conscience? Stream of consciousness.
Consciousness.
Stream of consciousness. Stream of consciousness. Are you a stream of consciousness?
Conscientious stream of
consciousness.
I'm conscious of my conscientious.
Are you a conscientious stream of consciousness writer? Do you outline, or you just dive in?
There's not okay.
Hit 'em where it hurts.
It's kind of both. You want to make points. You want to say stuff that's going to resonate with people. I want people to read these essays feeling connected, even if you're a different gender, if you come from a different background. I think what comedy is tugging on heartstrings and being like, oh my God, I relate to that. That being said, this is going to be my second book. If there's a stream of conscience because there are consciousness because of the asides, but I don't ramble. I read a couple of personal essay books. I'm not going to name names. And I think sometimes it really bothers me when writers are like, and anyways, and there was a girl growing up. I mean, she was pretty, but you're just like, shut up. Like, what are we talking about? So I always try to keep it connected. I always try to keep it funny or heartfelt or relevant. This is not this like masturbatory rambling thing where I just like tell you about my first kiss in the 7th grade and like how I feel now. Like,
and what song was playing in the background.
Unless I think a part of good writing is keeping it. What is it? The soul of wit is brevity. Like, you just want to keep it to where people keep wanting to read it. As a reader, I hate when I know that I can skip a paragraph and like still be in it. So a lot of jokes, a lot of insights.
I was always very bad at reading in school. Like, I would read and I would just. Do you ever do that?
Out.
You read and then you're like, I just forgot that whole.
I read a whole. What do I do with that hour? Yes.
Like, you're reading a page and you're like trying to absorb the story, and the next you're like, I don't know what I just read.
And sometimes, yeah, I
like these books better. I read fiction, but nonfiction is where it's at.
I like to think that there's always a surprise in every paragraph versus like, the princess is in the castle, the guys go to the castle, let's get to it. I'd like to think everybody reads this and they're pleasantly surprised. by everything that I say because these are my takes, and that's what you pick up a comics book for. A lot of social commentary in this.
It's really almost an extension of your stand-up in some respect.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's my voice, it's my lens, and I think in reading, you get an opportunity to expound and take a beat and be a little bit more vulnerable than stand up because you don't have to have a punchline, even though I just said I did, every other second. It's not like a screenplay where you need them all the time. So there's some real honesty. I mean, especially when I talk about my miscarriage or that experience, it's never to bring anyone down. It's to normalize an experience and to make you feel okay about it.
What an amazing gift.
I mean, I got to have Valium when I got my polyps removed, and that was so fun.
That's all you got?
Little nibbling of Valium.
Oh
wait, I'm sorry.
No, they propofol now.
They completely put me out. Sorry, the Valium was for something else, but that was great too.
Polyps equal propofol.
If nothing else.
Tell us about the forward of the book and Margaret Cho and why you chose her and what she brings to the table.
Margaret Cho, I cast her in my movie All Things Aside as my best friend Margot, and she did a great job. And I reached out to her because she's another woman in comedy. She is beloved. Nobody doesn't like Margaret Cho, and I'll be honest, she wrote too much. We had to whittle it down.
She wrote a second book.
Yeah. She's thoughtful. She cares. She's just one of those women in comedy who, like, when I met her, was extremely kind to me years ago. And I had never been extended that type of kindness because it's a very competitive business and people are so cagey and weird. But she's been doing it longer than I. And she's just solid. Her skin is so soft. And her dog is so small. I love you guys.
Is it surreal for you? I mean, and again, obviously I'm your publicist, so I'm very biased, but then I do think about, you're asked a lot about your beginnings and like, oh, when did you know you were funny or how did you get into comedy? And, you've taken people through that evolution, but like, it's got to now be at 2 books.
I have to sign these as we talk.
2 books. Oh yeah, you haven't signed anything yet. Anyway, to be at 2 books now. Your 6th Netflix special, which is launching the same day the book comes out, October 11th.
October 11th. Say it with me. If you guys could write it back so we know it's in your
heart. Say it with us. Say October 11th. October 11th.
Say it with us. New York Times bestseller and Emmy award-winning special.
Yeah, it's all there.
It's all there.
No, it's all there. No, but it's got to be, to go from that to you authoring 2 books is like no small feat.
I don't know.
It's got to be surreal.
I feel like I appreciate the question. I feel like a lot of comics have books, but I like that it's 2, and I like that it's 2 different books, and I just like.
It'd be weird if it was 2 of the same books.
I bet I could re-release Girl Logic and people wouldn't know. I like sharing and a passion in my life. Of course, I love stand-up and making songs about my dog. As I get older, I really do find that I have a passion for connecting with people and helping people feel seen, because in that I feel seen and heard, which I only realized through like self-therapy is like my purpose on this planet.
I feel like that's a very common meme phrase. I feel seen.
I feel like women say that, but like feeling heard and feeling like someone gets you. And, we talk a lot about in media, people needing to see themselves, which is why diversity is so important. But I sometimes feel very alone in the way that I think. So I really wrote the book that I would want to read. And I wrote this book because I know that other people have to feel this way. And that's why I wrote it. Because
that's what makes people love comedy, because it's relatable.
So many people love me.
So people love.
That's what I thought you were going to say.
Welcome back to Book Chat.
Welcome back to Book Chat, the Mid-City's premier location for all things phonetic.
And now we're going to watch Snow Peach Liquor Paw for the next 20 minutes.
It smells so good in here. And so, yeah, I'm just really proud of the book. And we're doing all the press for it. We're going to be on the Today Show. I'm sorry, I have to sign these while I do it. It's like part of the gag, part of the gimmick. So I'm doing it. But yeah, this book is for everyone. These are not, like, I am a female author and there are things that women relate to, but I think men will relate to the stuff too, because it's funny and it's honest. We never bash. We never shit on stuff. We just point out truths.
We don't punch down.
Are you smart enough to handle it is the question.
Yeah, I'm clearly not.
Take the book challenge. You didn't read the book. You didn't read it. You want to know how I know? Because I talk about you in it and you never brought it up. That's how I know none of my reps read this fucking book, because I talk about them.
Is there a whole chapter devoted to me?
Had you read it, you would know what I said about you.
Should I read it now?
Would you like to, actually?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. It's the last page.
That's all I had to do was go to the last page?
Yeah, it's the acknowledgments.
That
You're
doesn't.
right there.
That's not writing about me in
Doesn't
the
mean,
book.
doesn't mean you didn't read it.
Acknowledgments does not mean being.
You've been
written about.
outed, and you have to own that.
First of all,
You have to stand in your power.
where acknowledgments.
Acknowledgments. Would you like to read it?
Acknowledgments.
Why don't you read the whole thing?
I'm
I
not
think it's
gonna read-
nice.
I'm not going to read the acknowledgments.
Oh my God,
from
Greg
all
can't
things.
read.
Wow. All right. Here are the acknowledgments from All Things Aside, which apparently I'm mentioned in. In these last few years, I've taken a hard look at success and my career and those two things and what those two things have in common.
There might be typos. I think the person they hired to fix that didn't catch all of them. But the second print won't have typos because I caught them.
I always acknowledge my fans because without them, I wouldn't have a career. Oh, I'm a fan now?
No, not after this.
No. But I'm taking this page and a half, folks, of which I'm but small. Anyways, but I'm taking this page and a half to acknowledge the intrepid team of people who have chosen to build their careers alongside mine. These are people who have bet on me and chosen to stay with me and support my creativity through the ups and downs on our way to the top. Because I'm not just an author, because I'm a comedian.
No, it's because I'm not just an author.
Because I'm not just
a comedian. You have to read it like a person.
I have to read it like you, the way you speak.
You want me to read it?
No, I'm doing it because I'm not just an author, because I'm a comedian. All the branches of my business intertwine. I wanted to thank some people in the context of this book.
So not in general.
Not in general.
Just for the book.
And at the end in the acknowledgments, not within the book.
No, why would I do
My
that?
manager is who helps me and guides me.
I'll read this.
Fine.
This is awful. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Should I do it like you're
You're
in
struggling.
third grade? Or like you're,
You are doing it like it's third grade. This is like your Chore portion. I'll just read this. Because it is important to acknowledge the people that help you. Nobody gets to
it
where
sounds better coming from you because it sounds like your voice.
my manager, who helps me and guides me to find the right people to work with. My manager, this is a cottage industry, folks. My manager, Kara Baker, has been with me since 2006. That's longer than some of you have been alive. She was the first person to believe in me professionally and has helped me shape a career I'm very proud of. She's a big sister, a second set of eyes, and my protector. My publicist is the reason, and I also give context for what these people do, because not everyone works in this business. My publicist is the reason new fans find me and old fans get to keep seeing me in new ways. Greg Longstreet has been my publicist since 2010. I think I got that wrong. And has helped create every campaign for every show, special, and book. He is intrepid in touting me to every press outlet and talent booker. He's a damn good publicist and an okay friend too.
Let me sign that for you.
Yeah,
Do you want to autograph that?
we got through the whole team.
That's very sweet.
Thank you. Please don't touch. I'm talent. Should I read a bit of the book? Is that allowed? Is that
Yeah, you
sanctioned?
can do whatever you want.
Is that sanctioned? Okay, I can read a little bit. Well, sure. Okay, you know
Go.
Let me
I'll go.
what? Let me pull out a little niblet for you guys to read.
And then we can get to fan questions after that. We can start moving into that portion of the Torah.
Okay, I wrote a whole chapter on nostalgia because as an elder millennial, nostalgia is it's something that we talk about, I think, more than any other generation ever did. And we're the last generation to remember the world without the internet. Something that it's not like we churned butter and remember a harder time, but there's something to that. And there's something to the fact that our generation is ever present now. Your parents used to be like a Zagnut. I haven't seen that in years. But with us, our childhood, our shows, what we wore is always around. And that's a unique thing. And a lot of people make a lot of money off of creating accounts where they feed you your nostalgia back to you, like an I Love the 2000s account. But I made my own list. Come on, dude.
Oh, I was giving your privacy.
Oh, for the land. I made my own list of elder millennial nostalgic things. So here we go. Things almost everyone in my generation remembers. Seeing Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet and wanting to be Claire Danes, even more than My So-Called Life. The smell of Gap Dream, wasn't it kind of spicy? And my favorite, grass. The smell of Bath and Body Works, specifically Country Apple, Sweet Pea, and Plumeria. Decorating your 1-stars with whiteout or maybe also painting your nails and it never looked nice. Wanting a big Jessica McClintock gown, but having nowhere to wear it. Big Johnson brand apparel. Do you remember Big Johnson?
I do remember Big Johnson.
It was a cartoon about a skinny white guy who secretly had a huge penis, so women with giant boobs were always around him. And as children, we wore these t-shirts. college bar hats from the game. Do you remember these? Do they have these in California? They have them now. They're white hats and they have the college. It'll say like Carolina or it'll say like UConn. And it's like there's a bar above and below it.
Yes.
They were huge in the South and Midwest.
Yes.
Remember these hats? It was just a hat with the embossed name of a mascot or a big college, but everyone had one. The more worn in and disgusting, the better. And it didn't matter if you had no affiliation with that school. I had a UNC one simply because it was light blue. And you got extra points if you got a University of South Carolina Cox hat, because then you were a 15-year-old with the word Cox on your head, and it was very salacious. Listening to Eagle Eye Cherry's Save Tonight, but like not fully relating to it, how expensive Abercrombie & Fitch was for a distressed t-shirt for a fake team from a fake athletic department. Wrist sweatbands as accessories. We all remember the 2000s. Spencer/Gadzooks, where you could buy black light posters and ironic t-shirts. You would also, as a 13-year-old, buy a lot of drug paraphernalia without having full knowledge of these drugs. Like lots of magic mushroom tie-dye references, incense.
Whoa.
Incense. Lots of marijuana leaf-themed pillows and hologram necklaces. The Far Side by Gary Lawson. Larson? What is wrong? Remember that? By Gary Larson.
That's a typo.
No, it's on there. It's a Boston accent. And how smart and beyond your years you felt when you got one of the jokes. The best discontinued Gatorade flavor, lemon ice. Talking to the athletes out there. The comfort of knowing your TV lineup for a Friday night, TGIF, and Saturday night, SNCC. Wearing your YMCA softball uniform all day, even though your game was at 9 a.m. Wanting to recreate Alanis Morissette's ironic music video in your car, but not having a car or video camera.
That's kind of ironic.
Isn't it? Okay, last one. Slow dancing to Boys II Men's I'll Make Love to You, then breaking into the Tootsie Roll sung by a group called 69 Boys at a middle school social. I have a ton of these. Remember Fruitopia? So there's that. Like there's that. There's the nostalgia chapter. There's a whole chapter I wrote as a court transcript / screenplay where I take myself to annoying court to ask if I'm really an annoying person. It's just a really fun book. I'm just really proud of it.
It's kind of a free-for-all in a way, in a good way, though.
Yeah, it's not like my life the way I take it.
I think what I think is really cool about your book, even though you want to claim that I did not read it, is that it's actually a book where you don't have to necessarily read it in chronological order.
Don't.
You can see a topic, jump right to it, read it, and then just skip around and just make it a day.
There's no
make a day of it.
Make a day of it. I mean, there are a couple of jokes that you might not get if you didn't read the previous chapter, but it is a choose your own adventure kind of book.
But it may make you investigate those chapters.
It may make you investigate yourself.
Now, listen, I need you to stop signing those and start signing these, because some lucky people are going to be getting actual. These are called book plates, and they stick them in there, and they're great because they are really signed. But who doesn't want an actual signed book by Iliza.com?
Who does want it? Here I go.
And again, if you haven't gotten your book yet, you go to premiercollectibles.com/aside. An incredible value, this book. Look at that. You got a name in there.
Look at that. You have Jimmy Kimmel's name in there. Also, I'm just going to say this because we chose to do this book in the fall before the holidays. This is a great holiday gift. And at the book signing last night, we had people buying multiple books.
Whoa.
They're like, my aunt couldn't make it. She lost her head. And I signed them for them. I signed posters. So this is like the early Christmas gift.
It's the early Christmas gift.
I was going to say like the gift. What?
The gift to get. No, I'm saying
it's the
gift. It doesn't get any better.
It is the gift.
It's a stocking stuffer. It's a wrap it and put it under the tree gift.
It's a Hanukkah gift because Hanukkah comes before Christmas. So if you have Jews and Christians in your life, you can get to.
So, someone bought one for their niece. I love it.
I love your niece.
Is this good for kids? Would you say it's good for teenagers?
Yeah, because I hardcore relate to. I talk about being like 15 and being in love and like having no way to like. When you were 15 or 16, all you wanted in this world, was like an hour of unsupervised time with a boy. Like all you needed was like, Mom, I just need to like finish this like weird hand job and I need you to not open the door. Like you needed like an hour alone and like a little bit of money or like a car. And like these things were so hard to get. And now as an adult, I talk about this in the book. I have money, a car, all the free time I want. And I'm like, this is so boring. Remember that? Remember like being in love as a teenager and you're like so horny and you're just like, I just want to like spend the weekend. And like, you're never going to get to do that unless you lie about going to someone's lake house. Welcome to Texas.
Oh my God. I think we should go to some fan questions that we got.
Let's take some.
And so we'll jump right into those while you keep signing these books, because right now there's only 2 people who are going to get a signed book.
That's true. Folks, the lines are lit up. Give now. Give now to the Lord.
Order now and you will receive
exactly what we said you would.
Yes.
A signed book.
All right. Well, this first question comes from Justin in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, in the United States.
Brooklyn.
What do you hope people will take away after reading your book? It's a very common question.
It is a common question. I think what I hope that I hope people feel like, yes. I hope you read it and you're like, that is me. I remember those feelings. I had those thoughts. I hope people feel uplifted and entertained. Of course, entertained first and foremost. Seen, heard, and I hope they feel that it was time well spent. There is no shittier feeling in the literary world than reading a book and like you're 90% through and you're just like, I've got to finish this. I don't even care if this guy fucking dies. Like, it's the worst when you finish reading and you're just like, I hate that I read that. Like, what a waste. I have a list of those books that I feel that way about.
I just want to ask a question based on that. Do you recall a book in your formative years, be they teen or younger,
yes,
that really just was like, what was your first sort of book?
I remember I read She's Come Undone. And that was like such a book. I mean, about nothing I was dealing with personally, but like I remember being like, whoa, like that's a visceral experience.
And while you were answering that question, I noticed Tian Fu's enjoying the book right now. And you may actually get a chewed Tian Fu book.
She didn't chew it. She was licking it.
She was actually biting it. Right
was she really?
Look at that.
Oh my God.
Show him that.
Tian Fu.
I think you should sign it and then it will go out.
Okay.
As a some lucky person will get a partially
That's so fucked up.
Tian chewed.
This house is filled with dog toys and baby toys. I give you everything. Why would you chew my book?
Because it tastes good. Let's sign that Tian chewed.
Pre-Tian chewed. Look at the bottom under my name. All right, I will make a note. I'll say Tian Fu.
I mean, it's a collector's item now. And if you point to
yeah, I'm gonna write the fun. Sorry. Tian Fu chewed the corner.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if one of you guys got this one.
I know, it'd be great. It'd be kind of a fun thing. I think whoever gets it should post it on their social media.
Yeah.
Tag Iliza. You'll get the repost. We'll TikTok it, and then we'll throw it on Twitter.
And we'll make you a star.
And we'll make you a star.
We'll blow you up. We'll blow it out.
We'll blow it out.
I can't believe you did that. You betrayed me. Look at her. She's like, I don't know about it.
All right, let's go to the next question. This is from Tracy in Davis, California. I don't know if you're out there.
NorCal, Davis, French Laundry.
Your work has brought so much joy to my life. Thank you, Iliza. What was the process? No, what was the process of getting a new assistant after Emily? What was it like after life? Any life lessons you can share with us about maintaining friendships? Oh wait, there's a lot of questions.
I'll start with the Emily one.
Yeah, start with the Emily one.
Because everybody knows that Emily Higgins, who I do my podcast with, Ask Iliza Anything, was my heartbeat. And she was with me for like 6 years, my first assistant. When she decided to leave me, ruined my life. I was like, I need another assistant. So we went to my manager's old assistant that has access to like an assistant bulletin board. So I wrote a job description. But of course, and you see these all the time, it's like B-list celebrity needs, lunch partner. And so we wrote the description, very honestly, didn't include my name, didn't say anything about, nothing too revealing. But then for you to reply to your email, it was like, email back at ilizaassist@gmail.com. And we actually had so many people respond because like, this is a fun job. And we narrowed it down and, it comes down, a lot of it came down to, do you live close? Do you get it? Do you seem normal? And the girl that we went with, her name is Taylor. And what I liked about Taylor was her eyes were really big. I like looking at them. No, Taylor was working at CNN, like a job way above what you should expect of like a 23-year-old. And she was like producing news segments overnight. She was from Texas. She went to TCU. I always love a kid who went to a big school and is a hard worker. And she cared. And she got it. And she wants to work in comedy. And I was very honest with her. I was like, some days this job is very boring. Some days it's high paced. It's always different. It's fun. I'm a very cool boss. I will give you a lot of free swag. I won't bother you. But sometimes, that being said, I need you on a Saturday to email me a password. I was like, it's chill. It's cool.
It's reasonable.
I don't micromanage. I'm like, just get your work done and check in with me. And she set this up, so it's all working out.
Well, this is actually a good follow-up question based on the Emily and all that stuff. But like, any life lessons you can share about maintaining friendship after work ends, after the work relationship ends?
I mean, she's cool, and I mean, there's a certain point where I had to like recalibrate. I'm like, this isn't my assistant. Like, we'll always have a certain dynamic.
It'll be like us when we stop working together. Tomorrow. Because we are friends.
Well, that is.
I'm okay.
That's a fair thing to ask because, like,
what will happen?
Well, you'll be dead by the time I stop working with you.
Yeah.
No, I just think, if you choose, you don't want to be the celebrity that only has friends who work for you. I am close with my team, but I think when we're not, like, you kind of always have your publicist hat working, but we go to lunch and hang out, and it's like,
yeah,
it depends on the person.
It's great.
It's great. Yeah, I think I'm really nice to you, and I think you're really nice to me.
We're very nice to each
other. We're very good friends.
Very good friends. Hannah from Florida, what's your favorite part of motherhood?
The baby.
Makes sense.
I love seeing how different she is from day to day. And I remember as a kid, my mom would just stand in the doorway and stare at me and smile. And like, I get it now. I just love wondering what she's going to be. I love seeing her figure things out and grow. My daughter at 8 months old has more teeth than most hockey players and a grown man's head of hair. So I just love seeing, I'm just down for the adventure. And I'm really into how fast my body snaps back. I do a lot of Pilates.
There you go.
I'm into it.
Can I answer one question for you?
Yeah. Oh boy.
Peter from California asks.
6 inches wide, but it's girthy. It's girthy.
It's girthy. That's beer can. Anyways, Peter from California, tips when a joke falls completely flat. It's the audience's fault.
Always the audience. Always blame the audience
Always
and then say
blame the
something say something about women and their weight.
Anyways, yeah. How would so tips when a joke falls completely flat? How do you overcome the rejection? Oh wait, when you're first starting out. So
when you're first starting out?
Yeah. Is it rejection? Is it actual rejection? Like,
it's not rejection. I mean, look, there's even now, sometimes I'll say something and the crowd will be like, ooh, and I'm like, you're saying ooh because you don't know how you feel. Let me explain to you how you feel. The audience is there because they want you to have confidence. They want to laugh. They want you to be funny. And if you suck long enough, they kind of like it. They love the schadenfreude of watching you bomb. You don't like that one? I got another one. You don't like that joke? Here's another one.
Here's another book.
That's why it's a set and not just one joke. You can't let them know you're joke.
Like that was it.
Like that's the performance art.
That would be a good comedy show, one and done, and you get to go up to one, you just
one and done.
One and done.
It would just be making a fart noise. And truthfully, even at this level, like sometimes you tell a joke that you told a bunch and it just doesn't do well, and you're like, well, that was weird. You cannot let it bother you because if that bothers you, then you're going to be in for a lot of disappointment. Just got to keep going. You don't like that joke? We got another one, or I'm going to retell it, and you're going to hear it the second time.
Here you go. Here's another book, Iliza. Will you sign it?
Disregard. Thanks so much.
Make it out to. Are you looking at?
I was just kind of reading some.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough.
I know.
No,
I'm
look,
trying to.
I got some.
It's always hard when
There's
you're
one
like
here.
posting to just be like, wait, I'm just kind of sifting through all the sexual harassment.
Is there a point where you're doing like Instagram lives and you're just like saying, hey Johnny Seed 78, hey so and so, oh California.
A lot of it is
just name checking.
Oh, Boston. Well, people like it, but yeah, you can't do too much of it.
Yeah. We got Jennifer in Northampton. What is
I'm
your?
just there.
Well, I feel like we answered this. What is your writing process? Are there any particular places you like to write? Is it right here?
Yeah, I very much enjoy. I have my little desk set up. I can write anywhere. So no, there's no particular place. I'm not superstitious or particular about it. And sometimes it requires reading and rereading what you wrote and just sitting there. That's probably the hardest part, is sitting there and remembering, this is going to sound weird, but that your thoughts are what this is. Like in stand-up, sometimes you're like, oh, that's funny. Oh, wait, I should write that down. And with writing a book, you have to remember, like, the thoughts that you're having right now, like, you need to write those down so you can pull from them. And I know that sounds weird, but like, especially for a book like this, that's a collection of essays, like you have to just keep pushing yourself, and having a great editor helps to make sure you don't say anything too dumb.
Oh, here's a good question. What's your favorite show, Iliza? There's a lot of shows on TV, as we all know, but like...
of course, I love The Office.
The Office is great.
Which I watch snout to tail at least twice a year.
I know your favorite show.
What?
Frasier.
I love Frasier. It's so comforting. I'm realizing now as an adult that I was watching Frasier every night as a trauma response to feeling rejected by this industry. So, but it is a thing that our generation, that people do when you watch and rewatch, like people watch Gilmore Girls or like something like that. It's because it's comforting. You know how it'll go. I will tell you what I'm reading now, what I'm watching now. What I'm reading now is Midnight Library. What I'm watching now, oh my God. No! Bad Sisters. Hey, you little brat, come here. This dog is sitting in a brand new bed surrounded by toys, but she's growling at my baby. In the other room. Bad Sisters on HBO is great. Industry on HBO is great. HBO crushes. Pachinko on Apple TV. Oh, Bad Sisters on Apple TV. Those are things I'm watching.
What We Do in the Shadows on Hulu?
We Do in the Shadows is a good one. I watch lots of
Bosch.
stuff. Bosch. I watch a lot of Premiere TV too. Hi, baby. We're live.
We're live.
Will you come in and show her feet? Stop. Nobody wants to
Merch.
Oh man. So we're at 2:37. We're getting close to wrapping up soon.
Baby legs.
And here
they come.
comes. Whoa!
Lower. Show them the meat ripples.
Whoa!
Hold on. Stop. It's too fast.
Shake fast.
It was too fast for her. They didn't see the legs. Put them back,
I
please.
didn't see the
Don't
legs.
shake them so people can see the thighs.
Oh. Look at that meat.
Yeah, you like that.
Okay.
You're comparing leg meat.
The dog is much more athletic, having walked longer.
Oh, someone said hi Noah, hi Sierra.
Bye, baby girl. Goodbye, sweet girl.
So let's see. What gave you the idea for the book cover? And was this one easier to? Well, it's two questions. People love to hide two questions in one
A
question.
2-for-1. Look,
A twofer.
I'm very open about this. Nothing is funnier than Tina Fey's Bossy Pants cover. If I could just get Tina Fey to acknowledge me, I just think she's the best. I love 30 Rock so much. But I wanted to do like one of those types of covers that like made you look. A lot of people do them. Hers was super funny. So I did this. And this encapsulates the idea of all things aside because it's got the spinach. So it's kind of like, it can be like all things aside, all things awful aside, life's okay. Or it can be like, life's pretty good, all things aside. So all things aside, like something's always going to go wrong, but we keep doing it. And then the back is me and my never-ending quest to be like, this is what real life looks like. I had just had my baby.
This is your photographer.
Yeah, I had just had the baby. I think we shot this in February and I had her January 13th. And the company was like, we need to shoot the cover now. We need it for the ad sales. And I was like, okay, but I don't feel like myself. So
They don't care.
They don't care.
I do have a question for you. Take us back to, I think it's Unveiled, where you baby leg and all that. That's Unveiled, right?
No, Baby Leg, I think was,
Is that Elder Millennial?
they would know better. I want to
think
say
it
it was
is.
Confirmed Kills.
No. It's either Elder Millennial or Unveiled.
It's not Unveiled.
It's
not-
it's definitely Elder Millennial. So my question is,
I don't think so.
going dollars to donuts.
I think it might even be Forever Hot.
No, it's not Hot Forever.
It's Hot Forever coming
Baby
out
leg
October
is
11th.
Elder Millennial.
Do you guys know? Oh, someone's saying Elder Millennial.
Yeah, it's Elder
Okay,
Millennial.
okay.
So here's the thing. Go back to Elder Millennial
Elder
and
Millennial.
talking about babies and that whole
I
thing.
should have had an Emmy for that. I'm sorry. This was like an iconic special, and I was shut out.
Oh man, that's
Should have had an Emmy.
unexpected. You can do an Emmy speech right now with Sean Fu.
Thank you so much for this dog leg.
No, but my real question is this: what was your perception of motherhood, and to your now the reality of motherhood? Like, what's the biggest thing? You know what I mean? Like, you're doing this baby leg material. Like,
Yeah.
you think you know what it's like to be a mom, and now you are a mom. So, like, what is the difference in the experience from what you thought it was going to be and what it is?
I have to be honest. I didn't think about it. Much like I don't think about a lot of things in the future. I just kind of go. I didn't think about it because I was busy. I didn't.
Well, you thought about it enough to write material.
Yeah, but that wasn't about the baby. That was about a baby's leg. Like that's about
Very
like one of
specific.
like that's like who's the baby. So it's
Yeah, it is Elder Millennial for sure.
I think when you're a girl, this is the honest answer. There's so many complexities to life and being a woman. And when you're younger, like when you're a 22-year-old girl, like you don't want to think about how difficult being a mom is. You're doing stuff. At this age, I don't want to think about menopause. I didn't covet being a mother the way a lot of women do, which is cool, whatever. So I didn't think about it. I just know the type of person I am in terms of like giving birth, having a kid. I'm like, you don't know till you go. There's no point in racking. You don't know till you go. All these people are like, what's your birth plan? What's this? I'm like, if that kid wants to come out of your nose, that's what they're going to do.
I hope not.
I'm just saying. And so I'm just a big, like, it's just going to be what it's going to be. I'm trying to give an answer. I'm trying to give a thoughtful answer.
I'm so in trouble after this.
I'm just saying.
Greg, you spoke too much.
A big part of show business is like things are out of your control, something that you often say to me. And it's just true. Like you can.
It's true with everything.
People that don't have kids, are just like, well, when I have a kid, I'm going to do this and this. And it's like, you sound ignorant because you just don't know. And sometimes I beat myself up over like I'm not here as much because I travel and we have like the nanny, and sometimes I feel like I'm missing stuff. We are all doing the absolute best that we can. And there's no point in thinking about it or the future. Like I have ideas about her education, but if she is a genius glockenspiel player, then that's what we're going to do. And no soccer camp for her.
Also, if everything went the way as it should in life, you wouldn't have a book to write. Like the adversities and the obstacles, like that's what fills the pages of a book. And so you have to just sort of roll with it, take it as it comes, take it in stride.
And I talk about this in the book, like when something doesn't go your way and multiple shitty things happen, the universe rewards you with the fact that you get to complain about it. And I talk about at the beginning of the book how petrified I was in writing this because we live in a world where if you aren't actively bleeding from the face, people are like, well, other people have it worse, so check your privilege. And it's like, you're allowed to talk about life the way that you see it. And we have to be okay with people just telling their story. This isn't about negating anybody else or what's going on with them.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's just tier 1 of Iliza. And now if you pay for tier 2,
open up, take your pants down.
Get tier 3, and once you get to tier 5, you'll be part of the secret Iliza
Sea Org. You need 8 credits to get rid of all your
8 credits. Earn your credits, and then you too can get an Iliza poncho.
Sign all of them. Fuck yeah!
I don't know if we can say that. Get your Iliza poncho by buying a dozen books for your friends.
Yeah.
Like how many scams could you build into that?
Like talking about like how you own, like when I was trying to have a baby and I found out I had polyps, it wasn't just polyps and they had to be removed, and they had to be removed on my birthday. And it had to be in another city.
Oh, we had polyps in different places.
You had a polyp?
I had 14 polyps in my colon.
There's something wrong.
Something like.
But I'm just saying, like, oh, not only did you have a miscarriage because of these polyps, they have to come out on your birthday during rush hour in Huntington Beach. And just all of that combined is very funny. If you just have polyps, like, oh, that's so sad. But if it's like it's on your birthday.
It makes it worse.
It's just the idea, like on your birthday, you have to go for surgery. Like, happy birthday. But I did get drugs. And then I got to have sushi, which I hadn't had because I was pregnant.
What is your favorite food? That's a pretty basic question, but it's an important one. Like, what food to go from polyps to food?
Yeah.
Will take, it's an easy transition. Like, what is your favorite food? What's your favorite meal?
I don't know. Who has that answer? Like, do you have a favorite meal? You're like, oh my God, please don't ask me that. Please don't ask me.
Steak au poivre.
Oh, really? I hate pepper. I hate pepper. I hate creamy sauces and I hate pepper.
I mean, I love pizza. I don't know. There are so many. It just depends on the mood, I guess. Cheeseburger.
You know what I talk about in the book? How I think it's a personality flaw to lead with your favorite foods as like a defining characteristic. Uh-oh. Like in bios, it'll be someone that's just like, love the water, Pisces, avocado gal. And it's like, were you hit in the head? Like, do you know how devoid of all personality? Hold on. You have to be, this is in the book, to be like, I work in tech, pizza gal. Like, what am I? You're going for a job interview. It's like, tell us about yourself. Like, first things first, I love a square pie and I can optimize performance. I don't know. I think
a Bumble profile.
I think people are like not deep. So they're like, here's something lame.
Wow.
I'm not as into food as my husband. I love Asian pears. I love this Asian pear.
What do you think about 22 questions in 2 minutes? I don't know. We have a lot of, maybe we can get some, like, we can find some.
Yeah, if somebody wants to.
Shout some out.
That's what I thought this was.
Well, no, but because then, anyways, yeah, shout out some questions. Let's see.
Well, we can, why don't we do.
Hey, someone made an It Me reference. The Iliza Shlesinger sketch show.
Will not be coming back. We just found
out.
I'm so sorry. Although last night a girl gave me a spec script for it, which I thought was very
Are you
sweet.
kidding me?
And I had to break it to her that there was no season 2.
And then that's wow.
Well, there could be. If enough people watch it, they'll bring it back.
Turkey Slammer, LOL.
Love a turkey slammer. Wait, do I have it in here?
What?
Somebody did art of a turkey slammer.
Look, a lot of people telling us their favorite foods. We got barbecue. We got polyps and gravy.
This is devolved.
Polyps and gravy. Ugh.
You think of a polyp like a scallop.
Oh, okay.
We can do.
I mean, I think this is going great. If you ask me,
This is going great.
so good. Ladies and gentlemen, premiercollectibles.com/aside.
For real though, I think this book is a really good thing to give to the
We have
woman in your
40,000
life.
people in it? Oh no, it's only 40. That's only the time. That's like 46,000
Oh my
people.
god, I was like, I need to sit up and put on some bass. People are all shouting out their favorite DPP.
Hello from Minneapolis.
If I could be any
That's where
breed,
my girlfriend's from.
yeah, he's 80. If I could be any breed, if I could.
What's your favorite flavor of Sour Patch Kid?
All right, hold on, it's growing off the rails. Everybody knows I like green and red. If I could be any breed of dog, I'd probably be a Pomeranian. I already see myself as one. And if I could have any other dog,
When you've had stumbling blocks in your career, what has gotten you through? Asks
Greg Longstreet, Kara Baker, my team, my
the
intrepid
team.
team. You know what?
Acknowledgments.
It's like I talk about in the book. At the end of the day, you could do or not do stuff, but someone else is going to do it. So it may as well be you.
What do you think about having a large wedding versus a small wedding / eloping? Wedding advice in general? I'd say watch Unveiled.
I'd say check out Unveiled to know all my thoughts on weddings. Was I nervous to be on Jeopardy? Yes.
Oh my God.
Because you don't want to look like an idiot on national TV if you can help it. And that's why I always made a big show of buzzing to show that I did know the answer someone just got through.
Is there any chance of a second Spencer Confidential film? I'll never tell.
I'll never tell.
Um,
Tell you what, you would know if there wasn't.
has anyone tried squeezing your baby's leg?
We don't take her out a ton.
We don't let her out
We don't
much.
let her out just because, you know.
Adorable.
Do you get to check out the locations on your tour, though? Any locations? Oh, you like more than you thought? We try if we have time. Like in Vermont, we went on a ship called the Spirit of Ethan Allen. I thought it was just furniture. Turns out it's a person, Ethan Allen, the Blue Ridge Boys.
That's amazing.
And we got a like American Revolution like history tour, which was very cool.
That's like the Burlington Coat Factory Museum.
Yes, I thought that would be good. What's your guilty pleasure? I don't believe in guilty pleasures. I don't believe pleasure should be guilty. I believe this is a biblically
Hey, did you see this?
this is a biblically rooted thing, and you shouldn't feel good about doing something cheesy. Let's do the 22 questions. 22.
Well, that's one of them. So now we have
Oh,
21
oh.
questions.
Okay.
So it was 22 questions, but then Kelly ruined one of them.
Thanks, Kelly.
All right. Where were you born?
I was born in Manhattan, New York.
Who would you want to play you in a movie?
The Rock. Next question.
What was your first job?
My first job, I worked there for one day, and it was at Cece's Pizza. And my mom made me quit because it was in a really bad neighborhood, and she didn't want me walking my car alone.
What chore do you hate doing?
All of them.
What is
I
your-
hate sweeping the floors because this dog sheds a full German Shepherd every day, and there's constantly little dog hair tumbleweeds.
What is your biggest fear?
Actually, I have a grosser one that I hate. Our shower used to have like a little peach, like a not peach wrap, like a your hair would get caught in the
Oh,
drain,
yeah.
and because it was a nice looking drain, there was like a little thing and you'd have to like empty out the hair. So I would always pretend that I didn't notice it. Noah would do it.
What's your biggest fear? The drain in the shower.
Open water.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's a good one.
I know I'm supposed to be like, oh, it's failures. Open water. I'm not swimming. I'm not going kayaking in the ocean. No.
Yeah, I think a physical fear is a better thing, like something versus like a ethereal
Open water.
open water. Yeah.
Threats from above and below. I'm excited.
Who makes you laugh the most? I know the answer to that. Noah.
He makes I laugh a lot with Noah. I really do.
What is the one thing you need to have in your fridge at all times?
Probably a working motor.
Grown.
I don't maybe like
Ice.
I like having half and half because I'm one of the few people that uses real cow juice in my coffees.
Jumpy looks drunk.
Chenier?
What is your favorite school subject?
What was? Not in school currently.
What is?
I don't know. I like any sort of literature.
Show and tell. Did you ever do show and tell?
As a child.
That's what Yeah, I don't mean that. Like I'm saying, like
I liked physics, I liked science, and I liked literature. I hated math, any type of math. And joke's on them, because I don't need it now. Because I pay someone to do it for me. You will never need to find the hypothesis of an isosceles.
who is the most interesting person you met recently?
Recently?
Tom Brady. That was
I met-
recently.
We didn't really meet. We were just in the elevator together.
Right.
Wait, I'm thinking. Hold on. I'm thinking about who I've met recently.
Michael Myers. Mike
That
Myers?
was cool.
Mike Myers. Mike Myers or
Mike Myers, not the murderer.
Yeah.
The
Austin Powers and Mike Myers.
That was cool because I'd looked up to him for a while. That was cool getting to talk to him for a while.
That was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool
For
of me to have wormed my way into VIP to talk to him. And I like boxed out other people. You could see them like, Mike, and I was just like, talk to me about your ethos in comedy. He was cool.
What is your middle name?
My middle name is V.
Yeah.
V-I-E, like c'est la vie.
I think it was Vi. It's pronounced V.
I'm sorry, my publicist? It's V.
Well, no,
like c'est la vie.
I get it.
French for life.
I was thinking because we're both Jewish, like Vi, Iliza Vi / I'm sorry.
Why? What is that?
I don't.
It's nothing.
It sounds like a grandmother from Florida. My grandmother Vi.
That's like short for like Violet.
Okay. What is your biggest pet peeve? Your publicist not knowing your middle name?
I'm trying to think of other.
No, I know your middle name. I just didn't pronounce it right.
Yeah, but when you never have to say it, so that's fair.
Right.
I have too many pet peeves to count. I mean, I could just
There's
start
a whole-
listing them.
By all things aside, and you may read some of those pet peeves.
Actually, I'll read you some. Let me do that.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Way past the 2-minute mark on that,
Oh.
but I think it's okay. No, we don't have to stick to the 2 minutes.
Okay, hold on. I gotta find what chapter it was in. My pet peeve. Hold on. I don't even know how to find this.
Weird.
Oh, okay. When I hate. Don't tell me about your dream. When we're driving, don't point out like, oh my God, I used to live there. I don't care. I don't fucking know. I don't want to hear about a time you were at that intersection. Don't point out that and be like, that was my apartment now. It's a Payless. I hate pedantic conversation. Like, oh, I was just in Santa Barbara. Oh, my cousin and I went there for a wedding. I'm like, okay.
That's funny.
Everything people say, I'm just like, what am I getting from this? Like, don't tell me about like your best friend and their biggest pet peeve. If you see me and a person and I'm with a dog, I have the dog. You ask me about the dog. First of all, it's really weird that people always ask me how much she weighs. Like, what's it to you? That's so strange. Okay? And you're seeing the dog, and we're talking about my dog, because my dog's here. I don't want to hear, I have a dog named Waffles, and Waffles does this thing where she goes like, first of all, Waffles isn't there. Now I'm having to like imagine that. Let's just focus on the animal that's present.
It's kind of a one-up move in some weird way. Like,
It's not a conversation. It's just to like me.
it's an
mine.
add-on. It's an add-on no one asked for.
This is a superfluous add-on. Let's discuss this snow peach that's here that made the journey, not Waffles.
Made the choice.
Waffles does this, and then all you get is this perfunctory like, oh, cool. Or if I talk about my baby, and then you're like, my baby does the cutest thing. I'm like, but
Your baby's not here.
baby's not here.
What is your favorite hobby? That's a weird
I don't have hobbies.
Yeah. What is your guilty
I talk about it in
pleasure?
the book.
We already did guilty pleasure. It was ruined because Kelly ruined it.
Come on,
I'm
it's
kidding.
so
It's a
hard.
joke.
She's a real
It was a
fan.
joke.
True blue.
Kelly knows I'm not serious.
True blue.
Do you have any hidden talents?
I've exploited every talent I have for every dollar I can make. Oh wait, no, I do. I can do Marge Simpson.
Oh,
Okay.
I just ruined it. You could do it.
But I don't have to say a word. Oh, a special little guy.
That's pretty good.
Let me know, Yeardley Smith.
Mine was pretty good. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, she didn't like it. Look at that.
Look.
She's coming to get you.
What color is
She's
the
coming to
toothbrush?
get you.
That's
Do
a
it again.
late.
Do the
Oh.
something about that. Keep doing it.
No.
Let her in there. Do it again. Do it one
No.
more time. One more time.
Oh. Shit.
What is
Snow
that?
Peach is kissing me.
Do it again.
No.
Oh.
Come on. Now she's eating me.
Do that to her.
What?
Do that
Do
to
it.
her.
You
Go.
do it. Do it. Do it. Do it to the dog. What color is your toothbrush?
It's a Burst oral care because they used to sponsor my podcast, but I lost the top, so the tops are black and the bottom is pink. They don't match.
What is your pet's name? Come on.
Chenier.
How many nicknames do you think the
Chenier.
comments could tell us, though? How many nicknames does Tianfu have?
Millions.
Or can they list them? Can the people watching list the different...
I'll give you the ones lately. Bob Lanier.
No, I was putting it to them to write them in their comments. Like
No, because they don't know what we say quietly.
Bob Lanier.
She's Bob Lanier, the dancing deer. Bobla. She's also Dr. Office. She's also Brazier. She's also Smoked Bassoon.
Paneer.
Paneer. Sag paneer, which is an Indian dish.
Is it Lenore one?
Listier, Lenore, Bassoon, Lanier.
Teeny Feeny.
Chinna. Tinathan Skinner.
What is your favorite word?
Leonard Hoopstack. Eleanor Biscuits, Dr. Ellen Biscuits, and Upswitch Sandwich.
Upswitch Sandwich.
All of them. She answers to all of them. Chandelier.
What's your favorite word?
And chandelier. My favorite word?
Yeah. Cellar door.
Celador.
Is it cellar door?
Celador is the most beautiful word in the English
I
language.
thought it was cellar door.
It's definitely not cellar door. That's too
That was from Donnie Darko. Cellar
Celador.
door.
Celador.
Like Cellador.
Cellador. Yeah, it's not cellar. I happen to know that. My favorite word? Ooh. Recalcitrant is a good one.
I just got a refill of that.
Order your refill of recalcitrant today and stop those pesky genital warts.
What is the last album you bought or streamed? You probably like that one.
I think it was with you.
Or you listen to like single songs?
Weren't you listening to the Weeknd's new song and then I was like, I'll listen
Dawn
to it too?
FM?
I think so. I think that was it. And then I tried to listen to Drake's and I was like, I don't care. I don't buy any music.
What's the last gift you gave?
I gave you the gift of this book that you will then gift. These people are already buying it though because they're in the chat, right?
I don't know. We're getting close to wrapping up, so we got a few more questions. What cause is dear to your heart? Oh, now we're going to do a little pandering for the charities.
No.
No, in a good way.
No. Well, I won a lot of money for cystic fibrosis on Jeopardy. Ecological causes, saving the ocean.
The men and women who serve.
Of course, the USO. 4Ocean is going because they actually pull garbage out. Of course, you always want to save animals with like Best Friends Animal Society. You know, there's really no bad charity. USO.
There are bad charities for sure.
Sure, but like these are all good causes. Military things and things that help support pro-choice.
Make sure you research your charities before you donate.
Yeah.
A lot of 501c3s. You gotta look at the percentages.
501c3 Avenue.
You gotta look at like
Gotta look at the percentages.
The percentages of what they're spending on their programs versus their infrastructure.
What percentage do they have on Rotten Tomatoes?
What is your greatest achievement? We're almost done here. What is your greatest achievement? Well, I know the answer to that.
Sierra. Because she's a healthy baby with
Sierra
so many
missed.
teeth. Don't say that.
Where do you want
I
to
don't
go?
know. I also like have a really nice house that I bought.
That's an achievement.
Yeah.
But it's all, yes,
Maintaining blonde hair.
that's an achievement. And then where do you want to go?
Allison.
What?
I was just saying, Allison, thank me for being first.
Yeah,
I'm
of course.
outspoken.
Where do you want to go that you've never been?
I would like to see the Northern Lights. I would like to go to Iceland. I would like to go to Morocco, and I would like to go to Argentina, specifically Patagonia. And I would also like to go to other parts of Japan. I would also like to see Russia, but safely. I would like to do a tour of the Eastern Bloc countries of Eastern Europe, which becomes less and less likely the more Putin goes on. And I would like to go back to Scandinavia, and I would like to see like Wyoming. I'd like to see Alaska. That's just some of the places I'll do this year.
I think the question was one place, but okay.
Well, you're not giving me a ticket.
Hey, we are at the hour mark, and I just want to say thank you all for showing up for this amazingly hilarious woman, Iliza Shlesinger.
I want to publicly thank you, Greg, for doing this with me. You were great. I want to thank you. Why are you so weird? I'm thanking you.
And the acknowledgments.
Folks, thank you for being fans. Thank you for tuning into this. And thank you so much for all of your love and support. I'm really proud of this book. I really think you're going to like it. Please tell me the parts that you like. Do not tell me the parts you don't like. We're not open for feedback. This dog.
You can DM me the parts you don't like.
Donate $5 today and we can get this dog. Pause.
Yeah.
This biscuit's got to go back in the oven.
Thanks for tuning in to San Fernando Valley's only book chat public access channel.
Book smarts.
Book Smart.
How do we log off?
I don't know.
Wasn't that Olivia going to help?
Someone's going to come in and save us from this room because we're stuck here. But no, you guys were a great audience.
Hey, this is John Acuff, New York Times best-selling author of 7 books and someone who's done a live signing. If you like the one you just watched, make sure you check out our YouTube channel. It's full of amazing authors having great conversations and signing books for viewers just like you. So make sure you subscribe, and thanks for watching today.